When I first started, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just knew that I needed to make myself more marketable. I had been a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, and I was getting ready to re-enter the workforce, and so I was like, okay, I need to do something to, be competing with these young whippersnappers. And so I decided to go back to college.
It's super cliche to say, but I was going to school, of course, after high school, and then I got what I called my first big boy job. So I decided to take a break. Then I got promoted pretty quickly in my first big boy job, and then I met my wife, and then we had a family. And then 8 years later, I'm like, I really want to do this, and I'm really going to regret it if I don't. So that's why I came to jury.
My counselor was like, hey, this is a great school, great reputation, I want you to look into it. And I said, okay.
So I looked up how to become a teacher, and jury popped up, and I went and talked to them, and I met some really great people.
Oh my gosh, the teachers here, the professors, I can't say enough. I honestly, they will hold your hand through the process. No one is here to see you fail. Like, everyone here, they want to make sure that not only do you get through this process, but that you do your very best.
This is totally out of my comfort zone. Being able to break that mold and set that example for my kids truly means a lot to me.
I've had to learn a lot of time management. I have 5 kids as well, so I also went to school full-time. So I learned how to do a lot of paper writing at 2, 3 in the morning, staying up all night doing that.
You can only be so many full-time things, full-time employee, full-time husband, full-time student, and it weighs pretty heavy on you, but at the same time, I think that having that college degree is very important.
I struggled. It had been over 10 years since I had been back in school. And in the beginning, there were times that I cried. Didn't think I was going to make it. And the further I got, the better grades that I was getting and all that stuff, it really made me feel like I could do it.
For the staff to specifically take time to help me achieve my goals is what I would say will always make that everlasting impact on me.
But it wasn't like one, it wasn't 2 people, it was numerous. It was 4 or 5 people, staff personnel that called me, asking if I needed help and if there was any way they could help me. And that matters.
We all have weaknesses we feel and that we can express, and one of mine was change. I'm not good with change, I feel that. And she goes, hey, wait a minute, yes you are. And she pointed out all these things, these huge life changes that I've gone through, and she's like, you've adapted to this, you've excelled at this, you went beyond expectations on this, you adapt to change well. And I was able to look back on that perception and look at it and say, wow, yes, yeah, I actually am good at change. And now that I've changed my thinking on that I am good at change, I notice I'm able to tackle problems in life way more successful than I did when I was doubting myself, thinking I was stagnant in where I am in life.
Jury focuses on something that a lot of schools don't. I think in education, we value knowledge. Everyone always teaches knowledge is power, but more beneficial than knowledge is wisdom. And the difference is that with wisdom, you learn how to use what you've learned. And whenever I walked out of classes with jury, I didn't just have information, I knew how to use the information that I had.
Seeing the difference between the theoretical and the putting in practice, the believing that you can do it. Because they taught me theoretically, but again, until you get on the bike and ride it, you can't do it.
I know I'm not alone in this regard of how difficult it is to go back to school, particularly when you have a family and a full-time job. I know there have been a lot of struggles. It's not an easy process, and I don't think jury has sold it as an easy process. You still have to put the work in, but to see the light at the end of the tunnel and to look back and say, I did it, that's a really awesome feeling,
We're there. We finally arrived. We've all worked hard. I know not a lot of us have met each other. We know each other's names, but we have all been in a lot of classes together, worked hard, and we finally got here.
I can look at my daughters and say, I was raising you, working, and I went to school and I did it, and I made this for us, so you can do anything that you put your mind to.
I'm so excited to be graduating that I just told my family, I need a party. So get to planning.
I was raised to be pretty stoic, and I am praying that I do not cry, but probability is I'm going to cry. I'm going to be like a little baby.
It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to take your time. And if you really want it, you can get it.